You want to talk about the proper way to not go out there and plan a sporting event for an international tournament. We have ourselves a video coming out at about 3 p.m. PST on this channel that I pre-recorded talking about Connor Bedard and the entire 4-goal showcase he had yesterday against Austria. Go ahead, check that out when it comes out. But since I am back from vacation, I'm back here in Vancouver where it's very cold and it's very snowy, we have to make a video about the news that just happened like 20 minutes ago. Chris Peters reporting here on Twitter, expecting an announcement soon that the 2022 World Juniors will be cancelled. Now, this is so bad, dude. Like, I cannot stress how much of a struggle this was to even try to rationalize, because when it comes to the World Juniors, you want to talk about the NHL and their super weird kind of way that they're dealing with the protocols and asymptomatic players and the spread of Omicron and all this stuff. The World Juniors was even nuttier, because with the World Junior teams, you had yourself situations where if one guy gets positive on a team, all of a sudden, boom, the game is forfeited, the team ends up losing 1-0 to the opposite team, and there is no game to be played. We had ourselves a few games already that were postponed, or not postponed, straight up canceled and given as forfeits to the opposite teams because we had American guys testing positive, one guy on Czechia, I believe, tested positive as well, and then we had somebody on Russia, too, test positive. And the way things go down, I mean, we had this entire conundrum over here earlier from Bob McKenzie talking about how the roommate of the goalie who tested positive was also a goaltender. The other roommate of the forward who tested positive is also a forward. It's my understanding that if the goaltender tests negative this afternoon, he will get exemption to dress in tonight's game, but if the forward is negative, he wouldn't play. And then Chris Peters went out there and said this is getting out of control. Sources on multiple teams in Red Deer have expressed frustration over a moving target on protocols and the uncontrolled environments, which makes it near impossible, like hotels with the general public staying in there too. Team officials have stated that their players are being extremely cautious, staying in their rooms, obeying protocols, and yet this still keeps happening. I'm told there is a wedding reception planned for the hotel USA and Sweden are staying in tonight. What else can they do? IIHF, dude. Like, really? You're gonna go out there and make this tournament in the way that you did it, where you are so strict, absolutely terribly strict on all the rules. Okay, somebody tests positive on a team, therefore the entire game is postponed. Not postponed, canceled. I gotta get used to saying that word when we're talking about the World Juniors, because this isn't the NHL. Games are not going to be rescheduled at the World Juniors. But this is the environment you're putting your players in. You're not isolating them in a bubble. You're saying, okay, go into regular hotels with the general public. And for this to happen in the same way, you can't have your cake and eat it too, because when you have an environment that is open into the public like this, you're gonna get positive cases. And if 4 positive cases was enough for the IIHF to just straight up cancel the tournament, then it just signifies the poor planning, the lack of foresight with this organization and how they wanted to go out there and structure the event. Here are some more tweets over here. Not that Chris Peters needs his work checked, because he doesn't, but I can confirm the 2022 World Juniors will be canceled. Official statements and news conference is going to come soon. This was what happened earlier. Russia forfeits today's game versus Slovakia due to a positive test. It goes into the books as a 1-0 win. So that's kind of the thing, right? If your number one goal was to not get people infected, you should have done a bubble. You should not have had this system where players are staying in regular hotels. There's a wedding reception going on just a few floors beneath Team USA and Team Sweden's hotel rooms. It would be foolish to go out there and expect that this system that you put in place would be 100% Omicron proof. We have ourselves a spread of this going around. Probably the players, I mean, they're 18, 19, 20-year-old young kids that are probably super fit and athletic, not really feeling that these guys are going to be too symptomatic in most cases. But of course, you know, anything can happen, assuming they're all double vaxxed. It's just so crazy to me how the IIHF went ahead and handled this entire thing. What a waste of a tournament, dude. Like, I was expecting to see Connor Bedard and Michkov go out there and do even more magic, but we're not going to be able to see that. We're going to see that next season. Hopefully, you know, next season. But, yeah, I feel really bad for the players, because the players have been subjected to this very strange system where the IIHF is so strict on positive cases and whatnot, yet they don't keep their players isolated in a way that would limit the ability of them even becoming positive. And like, just the protocols to begin with, having entire games canceled because of one test, like, go ahead, do what you want, but you can't be half-assing it like this in the way you're organizing your players and then putting these ridiculous protocols on top of that. Like, this is just a waste of everybody's time, and I feel bad for the players. If the IIHF was actually, doing things properly here, you would have done this in a bubble. You would have gone out there and isolated the players, because if your number one priority is to contain the virus, which you obviously have not done, then, like, come on. Lack of foresight, dude. Talk to me in the comments all your thoughts about the World Juniors being canceled. We got a video coming about Bedard later tonight, so go ahead and check that out. I hope you enjoyed this video, Rosén, and bye.